Hi, I'm Jim Linsner, and today I'm going to show you one of the most popular and great sounding double bass licks. It's ironically kind of easy to play. It's just right foot, left foot, and then snare drum. I call this lick the double bass drag because it reminds me of the sound of the rudiment that's called the drag. Left, left, right, 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 left. Once you can play the double bass drag, the next step is to incorporate it into a groove. Here's a typical funk rock groove played with a single bass. Okay, now I'm going to play it with the double bass drag coming right before the snare drum on beat 2. Okay, so 1 E and a 2, only it's going to be 1 E and 2, right, left, and then the snare. And if you wanted to make that even more exciting, you could play a crash with the snare drum. Okay, same thing, double bass drag on the of 1 leading into a crash on beat 2. So that's just an example of using the double bass drag one time in a groove. So now, how about if we make up a groove that has it twice? So the double bass drag can actually be incorporated into a whole lot of different kinds of grooves. Here's an example of a fast quarter note groove, first with single bass. Now here's that same quarter note groove, but incorporating the double bass drag. Here's an example of a slow 6/8 groove. Here's that same groove with the double bass drag. Here's a tom-tom kind of jungle groove with single bass. Here's that same groove with the double bass drag added. You can even use the double bass drag within linear grooves. Here's a linear groove using single bass. Here's that same groove, but with a double bass drag before beat 2. The next one I'd like to demonstrate is kind of a drum solo groove, or like just a really intense groove. This is going to be 1/8 notes on the floor tom and the right-left double bass in between each 1/8 note on the floor tom. Now I'm not playing it quite the same rhythm as before. Now I'm going to kind of relax the double bass drag a little bit so it creates an even 16th note triplet. Okay, so it's going to be right on the floor tom, then right, left with the feet. right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, right, right, left, over and over again, faster and faster. And then I'm gonna add in the 2 and 4 on the snare. So all of these grooves and many, many more can be found in my book, which is called Getting Real with Double Bass. You can get it through my website, jimlinsner.com. This is just part 1, dealing with grooves. In part 2 and other parts, we'll be talking about some of the fill concepts included in the book. The book has 87 pages. It comes with 2 CDs that demonstrate all the examples in the book. So please check out part 2, and thank you for watching.